Hello everybody and welcome to PwC's Asset Management Broadcast. Today I would like to talk about the reform of the German Investment Tax Act. It is a pretty complex area, and why is it relevant for you? It is relevant for you because you probably have a lot of activities in distributing those shares into the German market. It's a 50-pager which describes all the changes, and one of my clients asked me whether it's possible to explain a 50-pager when simply crossing around the block and coming back here, and let's try find out whether that's possible. So let's join the traffic. Before we dive into the details of the proposed reform of the German Investment Tax Act, I would spend less than 30 minutes to talk about the status quo. Currently, your funds are tax transparent, what means you provide daily and annually highly complicated and complex German tax figures. Effectively, you have to do that because your German local investors need those figures in order to benefit from the favorable details of the German Investment Tax Act. So, what is the reason for a reform? If the reporting provides positive effects for the investors. And some of you may have heard that even the tax authorities struggle to administrate the law properly because it's even in Germany it's difficult to find enough experts for the authorities. So this explains the political pressure and power which is behind this reform to come up with a proposal which is easier for the authorities to administer. It is less about to generate additional revenues, although this could be a side effect, but it's not the main driver. What does the reform say? That is hard to believe, and in my career, which lasts around 19 years in tax, that would be the first time that after reform, the tax law is less complicated than before, but let's see what happens. How realistic is that the reform comes into place? To be quite honest, no one can tell you that. No one. We expect an official draft of the law in the course of 2015, though we have enough time to talk about the details in a later video or in a personal conversation, and there will be enough time to talk to investors to explain the rules. For all foreign investment fund managers, good news is that the new rules for foreign and domestic clients will be exactly the same, though there are no benefits for German local funds. Well, you see, that's really live here. Although it is slightly negative that, relatively speaking, the taxation of investment funds under the proposed draft is a little bit less attractive when comparing funds to certificates, for example, or even to certain insurance products. So, the spontaneous reaction that the reform is good because it saves you a lot of money. The other side of the same coin is that your products become, in some cases, a little less tax attractive relative to other financial products. So there are still 60 meters to go. I think we are done with it. More detail is always good, but it's not necessary from my point of view. If you would like to have a more detailed conversation, why don't you call me? Thank you.